Hey everyone, Jacobs here. Today's topic is the 10 MCU villains that became heroes. Please subscribe before continuing to explore the world of cinema with us. The Marvel Cinematic Universe was first introduced with Iron Man in 2008. In the following 15 years, throughout the MCU, redemption has been a recurring theme when it comes to a character's individual arc and development. While the antagonist of each story is often the driving force, there have been times when they have turned into the protagonist by the end. While some characters gradually change, others make quick decisions that change the trajectory of their life, and thus dictate who they are and who they become. These are the top contenders of antagonists turned protagonists in the MCU films. Darren Cross. Darren Cross was introduced as the main antagonist in Ant-Man. Obsessed with the Pym particle, Darren took extreme measures with the hopes of weaponizing it for profits. Having created a weaponized suit he called the Yellow Jacket, Scott Lang was forced to sabotage the wiring of his suit, shrinking him to subatomic size. It was formerly thought that he died in the quantum realm. However, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania showed that he actually lived and changed into MODOK, a murderous weapon. Although Darren persisted in his brutal attitude in the quantum realm, Cassie's appeal convinced him to fight Kang in combat. Darren battled for the greater good despite not being a typical hero and passing away believing he was an Avenger. Otto Octavius. Otto Octavius was the main protagonist in Spider-Man 2. He was a widely acclaimed scientist until his scientific experiment went wrong. Otto suffered damage in this accident, and as a result, the tentacle-like arms took control of his body. Otto might not be a bad guy after all because his higher brain processes were suppressed. Otto, however, is able to retake control of the tentacles and correct what he's done in Spider-Man. He is seen fighting alongside Spider-Man in the climactic battle to defeat the remaining enemies. Quicksilver. Pietro Maximoff was introduced in Avengers Age of Ultron as a leading antagonist working with Hydra. After undergoing experimentation that gave him enhanced abilities, Quicksilver was driving force for the Avengers' failure to stop Ultron initially. Pietro and Wanda both supported Ultron because they had a personal vendetta against Tony Stark, but after learning about Ultron's genocidal intentions, they both come to see who the bad guy really is. In addition to fighting alongside the Avenger to defend Sokovia, Quicksilver gave his life in order to protect Clint Barton, another Avenger ally. Wenwu. Wenwu was introduced in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings as a ruthless leader who sought power and control. Although Wenwu was a villain for the larger portion of his life, all he really needed was a change of perspective, which is offered through Ying Li's affection and companionship. After he loses her at the hands of his enemies, Wenwu is overcome with grief, leading him to reclaim his prior life. He doesn't think twice about taking extreme steps when he sees an opportunity to get her back and complete his family. He understands what he has done after releasing the Dweller in Darkness. In his dying moments, he chooses to save his son over saving himself and the Ten Rings. He died a hero because of what he handed up for Shang-Chi. The Winter Soldier. Bucky Barnes was initially seen in Captain America: The First Avenger as Steve Rogers' best friend. After he seemingly falls to his death, it is later revealed that Bucky did not die, but was rather kept alive, brainwashed, and armed as a professional assassin called the Winter Soldier. Even though Bucky served as an instrument for evil deeds, Hydra's bad intentions ultimately hurt Bucky. Bucky's selflessness is shown by his decision to stay in a serogenic sleep until a treatment for his brainwashing is found. After Shuri heals him, Bucky is able to regain control of his life. The Winter Soldier was ultimately transformed by Bucky from a villain who sows fear to a hero who offers hope. Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock was a weapon created by the Sovereign designed to kill the Guardians of the Galaxy in the third film. Tasked by his mother Aisha and the High Evolutionary, Adam did what he was told instead of acting out of free will. He repeatedly tries to kill the team, but Groot intervenes and says that everyone deserves another opportunity. Adam's life's course was significantly changed by Groot, whose later saving of Star-Lord's life completed his character arc. Yondu. Yondu was first seen in Guardians of the Galaxy as the Ravager who kidnapped Peter Quill, ultimately keeping him in his care. Despite being introduced as a villain who not only abducted children from Earth for money, his love and care for Peter kept him grounded in doing the right thing. Yondu does everything he can in the second movie to save Peter from Ego. He acknowledged that he didn't keep Peter for his personal gain, but rather because he thought doing so would endanger Peter. Although Yondu was established as an anti-hero, He was never truly a villain, but rather a misguided protagonist in the making. Wanda Maximoff. Wanda Maximoff was first seen working alongside Ultron until she saw his true intentions, leading her to switch sides. She fought alongside the Avengers as a protagonist until the grief of losing Vision led her to create a false reality in the town of Westview. Upon realizing what she had done, she relinquishes, giving up her family once again. Wanda, though, continues her risky search for her children in parallel realities in Doctor Strange 2. Wanda is a decent person at heart, despite the fact that her acts of mass murder portray her as a cunning villain and show she is capable of being a dangerous force to be reckoned with. Despite the mistakes she makes and the choices she has made that have led her away from what is right, Wanda has proven on numerous occasions that she is a selfless hero deserving of recognition. Loki. Loki was initially seen as a jealous brother competing with Thor seeking the throne of Asgard. He was initially overwhelmed after finding out he was adopted. Seeking his father's acceptance, he realized that Odin spent his life grooming Thor for leadership, neglecting Loki as he was never meant to be king. Living in his brother's shadow, Loki became insecure and thus embraced the title he did recognize to be true, the god of mischief, projecting chaos as a villain. However, in Thor Ragnarok, Loki fights alongside Thor to save Asgard from Hela. The same way, he put his life in danger to save Thor's life, and he died as a result. Loki saw how his life turned out in the television program, which made him wonder about his choices. He carefully considered the severe repercussions of killing he who remains as a result, putting his impetuous, chaotic nature under control. Nebula. Nebula was introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy, working alongside Ronan in his pursuit for the Power Stone. Despite being fully aware of Ronan's genocidal plans, she continued to support him, playing an instrumental role in his possession of the Power Stone in the first film. However, as soon as Nebula was given the opportunity to escape her father, she ceased her criminal activity, seeking nothing more than to stop her father's genocidal plans. As a result, it became evident that Nebula was never malicious, but rather a victim of her circumstances. In her first versus most recent on-screen appearance, Nebula has matured into a hero, where in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, she was seen fighting alongside the other members against the High Evolutionary. So which character's individual arc and development do you like? Let us know in the comment. If there's any topic that you want me to discuss, please comment below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, also turn notification on. See you in the next video.